We got Chris Godwin or Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is going against the Chicago Bears on the road. Caleb Williams in that offense is first time together, knew everything there. Or Chris Godwin versus the Commanders. Again, both of these guys playing against rookie quarterback teams.
Yeah.
So you're hoping this is going to be a high scoring game. But it might not be
Yes.
because they're going against rookie quarterbacks. And have quarterbacks that are pretty much the exact same in a way with both Will Levis and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
This is kind of like an eerie identical matchup here. It's odd.
It is because they also are on the same team as two juggernauts. Like Ridley has Nuke and Godwin has Evans. Like
F Nuke plays.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I think Calvin Ridley is going to give you your higher ceiling. However, I believe that the Bears have the much better secondary. I think the Bears are a much more complete team than the Commanders. The Commanders are not going to be a defensive stalwart. I think if you want to be a little safer, you go Chris Godwin. If you feel comfortable with coming away with a Calvin Ridley, last year he started very hot. He had 8 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. And then the following 3 weeks, he had 2 receptions for 32, 3 receptions for 40, 2 receptions for 32, and a touchdown. And he had multiple other weeks that were 35, 20, 26, 39, 39 reception yards, while he also had 103, 122, 106, 90, 83. So are you feeling like you can safely start Calvin Ridley with his volatility? Or do you feel like you can get a safer floor with Chris Godwin, which I think Buccaneers are the better team? I think Commanders are the worst defense. I go Chris Godwin for safety, but I think Calvin Ridley could obviously win you the week. He could lose you too.
It's great that you mentioned the defenses here too, because I think that does play a large impact here. We talked about the Bears, who has Jalen Johnson to really go against. The Commanders don't really have I can't think of a defensive back that is going to guard the third option on the Buccaneers. Is Chris Godwin is going to be in the slot now, so the nickel corner.
Yeah.
I can't think of the nickel corner on the Commanders that's going to lock down Chris Godwin. I think Chris also going into the slot position, even as a wide receiver too, is going to be great for him and Baker Mayfield, because that's just literal instant throws right there. Whereas Calvin Ridley's got to play the tougher defense. I mean, the Bears are tough, and I don't necessarily know that I trust Calvin Ridley or the Titans offense. Yeah, he's supposed to be the elite wide receiver, but I've been on the record for a very long time. Calvin Ridley had one good season in his career, and we've been banking ever since that on his one great season as a wide receiver 5 in the league.
Yeah.
But outside of that, his highest ceiling was wide receiver 18.
Yeah.
But we're thinking he's a top 12 wide receiver. Don't buy it. I am going Chris Godwin here no matter what.
Yeah. I think just because Ridley is so volatile, you could. I think if you have if this is a flex play, if you've got like 3 wide receiver and 1 flex play, and you feel really confident in the rest of your team, go Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel confident, go Godwin.